everyone, Amanda here, welcome to Tip Tuesday. So today's tips, and there's more than one, are based around making your own industrial numbers. I'm very inspired by anything that Tim Holtz makes. I love industrial kind of style, but you know, not everybody can afford to buy every single die that comes out. So I figured how to make these with what I've got, and I've also got some quick tips. So I've managed to make these industrial looking number plates using just a square die, which I've left at the other side of the room. Just a normal square die. If you've got layering squares, you can even cut a square. And then I looked in my collection and I had some small number dies. Okay, so I've just cut the shapes myself. Alright, so here's one. Now I'm quite lucky that it happens to be a stitched edge, so it looks quite cool. So my first tip is, don't just go out and buy things straight away. Have a look in your collection and think to yourself, how can I get similar results? You know, the kind of font is not exactly the same, but it's the same sort of look, and I've managed it without having to spend money. Okay, so that's my first tip, because the amount of dies and things like that that you'll have if you're a crafter and you might only use them a few times. So, you know, if you have some basic shapes and basic numbers and basic letters in your collection, it will save you a lot of money rather than keeping buying different ones. Alright, so I'll just quickly make up one of these number plates. So I'm just backing it. It's just craft card that I've dyed with Distress ink. I'm just going to back it with some of this paper from this old book, which is an old engineering book. And then my next tip is about metal hardware. Again, you can buy branded metal pieces, branded brads, all sorts of things, which are absolutely gorgeous. But you know, if you need to be a bit more frugal, or it's something that you're not going to use, you know, a lot of, then you use what you've got. Okay, so for the larger ones, I've used very basic brads. Okay, for those, to make them look like screws. Okay, so they're just brads, and then I've snipped the ends off, and then that will stick on my project. But what happens when you get to a smaller size like this? I'm going to show you. Okay, so what I've used on mine here, I'll just push this out of the way so I can have some surface to work on. Just bear with me. What I've used here, these are not small brads. I've made these myself using what I've got in my stash, and I've used pearls or other flat back gems, but not faceted. I've chosen these because they're not cut, you know, they're just plain kind of white or cream, and rhinestones won't work because obviously they'll be too shiny. You don't want shiny, so use what you've got. I just happen to have these. Okay, then I have got an alcohol marker. I've had these for years. You know, or you can use alcohol inks, any brown will do, and just colour them in, because you can change the colour of any of your gems. Okay, so colour them in, give it a minute to dry. Okay, and then if you have either a bronze tone acrylic paint, which is like £1, or you've got some kind of gilding wax, you need to put some of that on. So I'm just going to give this chance to dry. Give it a chance to dry, then get yourself a soft brush and go over the top, and you've then got bronze tone dots. Okay, which you can then cut up carefully. Okay, now these are on like a plastic strip. They're not individual. Ones that come off individual that you use your poker tool are the best. These come off on a plastic strip, so I'm going to have to end up cutting them kind of square, but it doesn't matter. It adds to the kind of industrial look, I suppose. And then you then add those to your project. If they're a bit small and fiddly like mine are, you just put them on as close as you can get, and then move them about with a poker tool. Okay, Put them on, move them about, put them into place. Okay. And there you go. Alright, and that's how I've made the smaller ones. Now I've got another tip for you of how to make a metallic looking screw head, which would be fun if you were doing an industrial theme. Now mine, I'm going to do a bronze tone. If you've got different colours of gilding wax or acrylic paint, that would be better. So what I used is these circular foam dots. So I'll take one off. It doesn't matter if they lose the sticker, so I'm just going to pop it there, okay, for now. I'll peel the top off, okay, and I'll unstick it a bit with my fingers, or you know, you can use one of these little dust buddies and just take the sticky off the top layer, okay. Then go with your marker again, your acrylic marker. It'll come off my desk, so I'm not worried because it's a glass mat. Colour it in, okay. Oops. And then find something that's got a you know, a flat edge, not sharp. You don't want to cut it in half, but flat and as thin as possible. Okay, and then go halfway. Can you see? I know it's only small, but it's there. We're going to go halfway, and we're going to give that a good press. Okay, but don't cut it in half. Okay, but give it a wiggle so it's got a convincing, definite line. Then go with your gilding wax or your acrylic paint. You could do silver, you could do a darker colour. I just happen to have bronze. And then again, go over with that. Give it a smoosh. And you've got a screw head. Obviously you can put a line the other way as well to make it look like it's a star shape screw head. So there you go, that would be cool on an industrial themed project. Just glue it on. So there's my tip for today for making your own industrial looking projects. I hope you'll give those tips a try. Remember to always look in your stash before you make a purchase, because you will be surprised with a little bit of imagination that you can more than likely come up with a very similar themed item with what you've already got and save yourself some money. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.